Hi, hello. My name is Cameron Coughlin. I am doing my creative presentation through video, if you couldn't tell. I'm also doing my creative presentation about Ugaru Nunukul. I believe that's how you pronounce it. If I'm wrong, I'm very sorry. Within this presentation, I'll be talking about Ugaru's poem, The Past, found in page 391 in the book Concert of Voices, and I'll be also talking about a painting of hers called The Rainbow Serpent. Talking about Ugaru's poem, she talks about her tribe. She talks about how most people might see her tribe as something of the past, something that no longer exists. And she's shining a light on it and saying, no, this does exist. This is still a thing today. It is still in the present. She notes this within the two first sentences, but basically keeps underlining it throughout the poem. Getting more into the poem, she starts to daydream about the past a bit more, thinking about how she wishes to be around a campfire, around her people, around nature, back when things were more simpler. Then she goes on and compares to what she's doing right now, where she's home and she's sitting down, but she's not sitting with a bunch of people, she's sitting at home by herself. And I personally think Ugaru is noting here the past and the present, noting that her culture has faded. The campfire representing the community, how strong it was, how close it was, versus now, how she's feeling a lack of community, how she's by herself, how she's feeling alone. But even though she's still alone, she's at home by herself, even though that is true, I think it's the thing of like, she's there. As long as somebody is there, there's somebody to keep everything alive. Nearing to the end of the poem, she goes on to say, now is so small, a part of time, so small, a part of all the race years that have molded me. I think what Ugaru is trying to say here is that the present is such a small thing to her. The present hasn't shaped her to who she is today. That's the past. The past has done all that work. She can get through issues in the present because of her past and the things that she's done in the past. All her memories, all the stories, all her beliefs have happened because of the past. And all those memories, those stories, those beliefs that have happened in the past, she's saying in her poem that those aren't going to continue to be a thing if no one keeps them running, like keeps them moving, shares them. And so it's her job and other people in the same community's job to share and teach these stories, these memories, these beliefs. Because if nobody does, it's not going to happen. Then the culture will fully die. And so when she says it's within us, it's about us, that's what she's talking about. Now, I don't want to take up too much time talking about this poem. I'm only allowed to record for 3 to 4 minutes, so I don't want to take up all my time with that. So we're going to move on to the painting called The Rainbow Serpent. If you've noticed that I've changed shirts, I have. It's just to help me with the editing process, no other reason. So just ignore the outfit change and we'll continue. So the painting The Rainbow Serpent is made by Ugaru. I believe the art style that she's going for is the Australian Aboriginal art style. I couldn't really find a lot of information about this painting, but doing a little more digging about the Aboriginal art style within Australia, I found some similarities. Plus, Ugaru is a big part of that community, and she talks a lot about it in her poems, as we just talked about, so I'm kind of connecting the dots with that. The biggest indicator for the similar styles is the dotted pattern. Now, again, I could not find a whole lot of information about this painting, like very little. But suddenly, just before I was gonna give up, I found this poem made by Ugaru and her second son called The Rainbow Serpent, which is also the same name as this painting. And I don't want to get too into the details of this poem because that's not really what we're here to talk about, but within the poem, they both discuss how the rainbow serpent is a symbol of their tribe. And not only does the serpent represent their tribe, but also represents Mother Earth. So everything that's alive, everything that's not alive, like rocks even, like just everything on Earth. And I know this rainbow serpent poem might not have an actual connection to this rainbow serpent painting, but because they are titled the same, they are by the same person, I'm going to make the assumption that I could probably connect something with that. And my connection is that both rainbow serpents, both are symbols of her tribe, that she's showing off what the rainbow serpent may look like, what she may see it as. something like that. Did I change my shirt again? Yes, I did, because we're going to be talking about a different topic now. Definitely not because it's a different day and, I showered and changed clothes. Definitely not because of that. Definitely because we're talking about something else now. So we are no longer going to talk about just the rainbow serpent painting. We're going to talk about the rainbow serpent painting and also the poem, The Past. Mainly talking about, what's the difference between the two, what's similar between the two, how they connect, how they don't connect, So let's get the obvious out of the way. Both are two different mediums. One is a painting, one is written medium. But personally, the biggest difference that I find between the two is the message. Sorry, nosy neighbors. So the poem talks more about how the community should teach people more about their culture, how people should learn more about their stories, their memories, their background, their culture, their beliefs, and in doing so, their culture stays alive. But as a bonus, people might learn more about their culture, but also just learn something new in general, maybe something helpful. And then there's the painting. And the painting doesn't really have the message of, oh, we should be doing this, we should be teaching people about this. They, rather than saying that, they are just actively doing that in this painting. They're going along and saying, hey, this is the symbol of my tribe. This is what this symbol stands for. Rather than saying, oh, we should teach this, they just are doing it. And personally, that's why the poem and the painting complement each other so well, because one is saying, oh, we should be doing this, and then the other is doing that. And then what's similar between the two? What are some similarities that these two have? First of all, they're both talking about the same culture, the same tribe, the same community. Uguru is very much an activist. She's been shining a light on her culture for majority of her life, if not all of her life. And it clearly shows between both pieces here, poem and painting. And like I said before, she's just really shining a light on her community in the poem and the painting. One saying, hey, we're still here, don't think we're dead because we're still alive. And then the other one saying, hey, we're still here. Do you want to learn something? Anyways, that is my creative presentation. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Cameron Coughlin, like I said. I would love to talk more into detail about this, but I was really only supposed to record this video for 3 to 4 minutes long, and I'm pretty sure I passed that time limit. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this gets a passing grade. So, yeah, thank you.